Do camels store water in their humps? You'll find out as one of these three contestants wins the chance to drive home in this brand new Pontiac Fiero GT in just a split second. And now, here's the star of our show, Monty Hall.
Thank you very much. Welcome to Split Second. In answer to the question today, camels do not store water in their humps. See? Fooled you, didn't I? See, that's where they store their fat. But I am right up front about mine. I didn't like all those people who said, yeah. Welcome to Split Second. I hope you enjoy watching our contestants compete to win cash prizes and a beautiful new automobile. Let's meet our contestant, Sandy.
Monty, first we have our returning champion coming back for his fourth show with winnings of $4,500, Marv Zelsman. Next, a registered nurse and former gymnast who had the honor of being a torchbearer in the 1976 Summer Olympics, Sandra Henderson. And on your right, a lady who used to advise people to prepare for career changes, then followed her own advice, Elaine Lambert.
Well, Marv, you come back for your, she won 3 times, hoping for a 4th championship today. And, of course, every time you win, the odds of winning the car are increased. We know that you're a doctor. We've talked about acupuncture. We talked about the fact that you play 12 musical instruments. The only thing we haven't talked about, really, is the nutrition part of your practice.
Right.
Not too difficult these days. Everybody, I think, is an expert on nutrition by now. We know what to eat, what not to eat. But the big thing today is fish oil. Tell me about that.
Well, they call them the omega-3 acids, and it seems to really work for a number of things. Unfortunately, well, getting technical here, we know that it really reduces blood cholesterol levels and triglyceride levels and will subsequently reduce your risk of coronary artery or coronary heart disease.
I want everybody on this staff to go on fish every day, and fish oil preferably.
Yeah,
and cod liver oil is not bad, right?
Cod liver, yeah, salmon oil is better.
Salmon oil is better?
Or whale blubber if you're an Eskimo.
Oh, whale blubber. I want that. Tell the commissary tomorrow for lunch, whale blubber. Sandra, did you ever eat whale blubber?
Never.
On this show, you will.
Oh, no.
Now, what did we find out about you? That you were a torchbearer, and what else? What?
Registered nurse.
Oh, good. Good. Yeah. And are you an athlete, too?
I was an athlete. I competed on the Canadian team internationally for about 3 years in gymnastics.
In gymnastics. A regular little Olga Corbett.
Not quite so little.
Why are gymnasts so small, so petite?
Well, usually because, well, they start relatively young and we're kept on very, very strict caloric intakes and special nutritional diets for each individual person.
And they keep you small.
Yes. Well, if they can hold off you reaching puberty long enough by keeping your fat level low, then you stay relatively small.
Isn't that an interesting observation? See, the things that I learned here on Split Second. Elaine, I'm going to talk to you when we go into our second round, but now let's get ready and see whether Marv can win his 4th championship. On Split Second, there are 3 answers to every question, and you're required to come up with just 1 apiece. And when all 3 of you answer a question, you get $10 each. If 2 of you do it, it's $25. If only 1 does it, it's $50. And you, of course, you press your buttons to get in fast. You can't press until you see the entire question on the board, or you'll be locked out. First one, second, and third will be registered on your desk in front of you. Now, if you're ready, let's go into the game. English is a language filled with clever abbreviations. Here are 3 of them. You pick an abbreviation and tell me what it means. Look at the screen. DJ, PJ, and OJ. Marv.
DJ is disc jockey.
Sorry?
Disc jockey.
For DJ, right. Elaine?
OJ is orange juice.
Right. And PJ?
PJs are pajamas.
Oh, you know your initials, and we have $10 apiece to start the show. Musical instruments are classified as string, brass, wind, or percussion. This is right up your alley, Marv. You play them all. No, except wind. You don't play the woodwind.
No woodwinds.
So here are 3 musical instruments. Pick one and tell me which of these classifications it goes under. Look at the screen. I don't think that he plays these instruments. Let's find out. Marv?
Lute is a stringed instrument.
That's right. Sandra?
Glockenspiel is keyboard or string.
No, it is not. And Elaine?
Balalaika is string.
Yes, and glockenspiel is percussion. Of these, lute, balalaika, and glockenspiel, Marv, which have you played?
None.
That's what I thought. But you still got your answers in, and so did Elaine, so you get $25 each. Oprah Winfrey made her nationwide syndicated debut as a talk show host in 1986. Here are 3 other 1986 talk show facts. Pick one. Name the talk show host it applies to. Look at the screen. One resigned, one celebrated an anniversary, and a comedian. Elaine.
Comedian who gets her own talk show, Joan Rivers.
Right. Sandra?
It's the only one I knew.
Really? All right. Marv?
Celebrated 24th year, Johnny Carson.
You didn't know Johnny Carson, Sandra?
No, I did.
Now you do. And resigned after 23 years is Merv Griffin. That's something that we all should have known. Again, it's Marv and Elaine who score points, get $25 each. And the score right now, Marv and Elaine are tied. Even though we're not sure they really existed, these 3 men are major figures in world history. I'll tell you what they're credited with. You name them. Look at the screen. One wrote the Iliad, one ruled at Camelot, and a slave who wrote fables. Elaine is first.
Ruled at Camelot, King Arthur.
Right. Marv?
The Iliad and the Odyssey by Homer.
That's correct. And Sandra?
Slave who wrote fables, Aesop.
Aesop or Aesop is correct, and you all get $10 for that one. When you vacation at a romantic island, it helps if you know what country owns that island. Here are 3 famous island resorts. Pick one and name its mother country. Look at the screen. Tahiti and the Barbados and Curacao. Marv?
Barbados is owned by England.
Or Great Britain.
Great
I'll
Britain.
accept that. Sandra?
Tahiti, France.
That's right. And Curacao?
Dutch.
Correct.
Holland.
All 3 are right. All 3 get $10. The names of sport greats live on forever, and so do their nicknames. Here are the nicknames of 3 superstars in baseball. Pick one, name the player. Look at the screen. Who was the Splendid Splinter, the Say Hey Kid, and the Yankee Clipper? Marv?
Yankee Clipper was Joe DiMaggio.
Joe DiMaggio. Elaine?
The Say Hey Kid was Babe Ruth.
No. Sandra?
The Splendid Splinter, Hank Aaron.
No, Ted Williams was the Splendid Splinter from the Boston Red Sox, and the Say Hey Kid was Willie Mays. Say hey was his favorite expression. So only Marv gets points in that one. He picks up 50 and takes a lead. These are 3 noodle-like foods whose names were derived from foreign countries. Match the names to their country of origin. Look at the screen. The wonton, the spetzel, and the cannelloni. Elaine?
Cannelloni, Italy.
Correct. Marv?
Wonton, China.
Right. And the last one, Sandra?
Spetzel, Greece.
No, Germany. Germany was the one. And again, Marv and Elaine are pulling away from our gymnast, who has to perform some contortions now to get back in the game.
Right.
A number of countries are bordered by famous bays, so I'll name 3 well-known bays. Pick one and name a country that it borders. Look at the screen. We have the Bay of Pigs, we have the Bay of Fundy, we have the Bay of Biscay, and Elaine is in first.
Bay of Fundy is Canada.
That's right. Sandra?
Bay of Pigs, India.
No. Marv?
Bay of Pigs, Cuba.
That's right, and the Bay of Biscay is France or Spain. Now, Sandra, you let those 2 just pull away from you in the first round, but it's the second round where we double the stakes and you can make a comeback. Marv leads, Elaine is second, Sandra's third. We double the stakes in round 2, coming right up. We've met Marv and Sandra. Now let's meet Elaine, who at the beginning of the show we were told changed other people's careers and took her own advice. Now, what is that all about? What were you and what are you?
I was a vocational psychologist, and I always advised people to be flexible in terms of career change throughout their life. I gave that up to become a freelance writer, and now I'm a travel agent. And anything could be next. Talk show host.
Talk show host. Good, very good. How would you like to host this show and let me sit behind the seat?
That's it.
Answer those questions for you. I bet you'd like that.
Gladly.
So you are a travel agent now?
Yes.
Well, what is the most popular place that people go today?
That's a tough one. I guess the Caribbean still.
Uh-huh. Well, they stopped going to Europe so much because of
Yes.
all the activities over there, so I guess the Caribbean has really benefited from
It
it.
really has bounced back.
Real. All right, Elaine and Sandra and Marv, here we go into round 2, and this time we'll double the stakes. Now, when each of you answer part of the question, you get $20. If 2 of you do it, it's $50. If 1 of you does it, it's $100. Marv leads. Let's see what happens as we go into round 2. Business tycoons these days are getting about as much publicity as glamorous Hollywood stars. I'll identify 3 of these big-time businessmen. You name them. Look at the screen. One is a publisher, one is a founder of a news network, and the other is the owner of the New York Post, who's an Australian. Marv.
Founder of Cable News Network is Turner.
Ted Turner's right. Sandra.
Publisher of Playboy magazine, Hugh Hefner.
Right. Elaine. Owner
Not
of the New
included.
York Post, an
Not
Australian.
included.
Rupert Murdoch is the name that we're looking for there, and Marv and Sandra pick up $50 each. Music and dance is found all through the Bible. So here are facts about 3 biblical folks who were involved with music or dance. Pick a fact, name the person involved. Look at the screen. One danced, one played the harp, and one played the lyre and pipe. Elaine.
Played the harp to soothe King Saul was David.
Played the harp to soothe King Saul, was King David. Right, Marv.
Play the lyre and pipe. John the I don't know.
No, and maybe Sandra does.
No
Sandra
clue.
doesn't know the Bible.
Nope.
Dance for the head of John the Baptist was Salome. Don't you remember? Oh, I've seen so many movies with that. Oh, and the other one who played the lyre and the pipe, Jubal, played the lyre and the pipe. And I'm not a liar when I tell you that answer. Let's go to geography. The only one person got an answer there? Yeah. Elaine is tied for the lead when she gets the $100. When you go driving in a foreign country, you'd better know what country you're in. Here's what 3 countries call their expressways. Pick one, name the country. The Autostrada, the Autobahn, and the Autoroute. Marv.
Autobahns in Germany.
Correct. Elaine.
Autoroute would be France.
Right. An Autostrada.
Autostrada, Austria.
No, Italy is the name of that one. And so Marv and Elaine pick up some more money. I'm going to give you 3 terms associated with 3 different types of theatrical events. Pick a term, tell me what type of show or theatrical spectacle it's associated with. Look at the screen. There is a pas de deux, there's an aria, and there's an axel. Marv.
The aria is an opera.
Right. Elaine.
Pas de deux ballet.
Right. Sandra.
Axel is figure skating, but...
Yes, I show figure skating. Correct. You each get $20 for that round. If you were planning a menu and you wanted to place these foods under a proper heading, would they go under appetizers, entrees, or desserts? Look at the screen. Jambalaya, ceviche, and zabaglione. Marv.
Zabaglione is a dessert.
Yes, and a good one, too.
Yes, it is.
Elaine.
Jambalaya would be an entree.
That is right. And ceviche?
I'll guess. How about an appetizer?
A good guess. $20 each for right answers. I will show you 3 three-dimensional geometric shapes. All you need is one word to describe each one. Pick A, B, or C and name the shape. Here they are on your screen. Those are the shapes. You tell me what they are. Sandra.
A is a cylinder.
A is a cylinder. Correct. Elaine.
C is a cube.
C is a cube. And Marv?
B is a triangle.
No, B is a pyramid. That's the name for that. And so we now have Sandra and Elaine picking $50 apiece. And let's see the score. Elaine has moved into first place. Marv is still second. Sandra is third. Unlike you and me, TV moms always solve their problems in a half hour. And they get paid for it, too. Here are 3 TV stars. Pick one and name the TV series where she played mom. Look at the screen. Linda Lavin, Bonnie Franklin, B. Benaderet. Marv.
Bonnie Franklin, One Day at a Time.
One Day at a Time. Sandra?
Linda Lavin, Alice.
Right. And Elaine?
Oh.
B. Benaderet?
Oh, Petticoat Junction.
Yes, you got it just in time. Petticoat Junction is right. 3 of you getting $20 each. You know, Jersey Joe Walcott was the oldest fighter to win the heavyweight championship of the world. Here is information on 3 other heavyweight champions. Pick one and name him. Look at the screen. The first champ to win the title 4 times, undefeated who was killed in a crash, and the youngest fighter to ever win a heavyweight title. Sandra.
4th one, third one, youngest fighter, Muhammad Ali.
Youngest fighter, no, that is not correct. Marv?
Undefeated heavyweight killed in an air crash was Rocky Marciano.
That is right. And Elaine?
Joe Louis for the first one?
No, the first one to win the title 4 times was Muhammad Ali, and Sandra just knew it a little too late. And the youngest fighter to win the heavyweight title, young Mike Tyson, who just did it recently and is quite a young fighter. And so we have only one right answer. Marv goes back in the lead with that $100. Can you read Latin? Of course you can. Here are 3 Latin expressions that you come across even in your daily paper. You always come across these expressions. Pick, they have to do with a specific span of time. Pick one and give me the time involved. Look at the screen. Very easy question. You should have this in no problems whatsoever. Marv.
Per annum means per year.
Per annum means per year. Elaine.
Per diem, per day.
Per diem, per day. Sandra.
Per mensem, per month.
Per mensem, per month. Permit me to say you're all right. When I was a kid, I had to learn all the capitals of the world, and I still remember these 3. How about you? Name the capitals of these 3 countries. Look at the screen. Capital of the Republic of Ireland, Australia, and Burma. Marv.
The Republic of Ireland, Dublin.
That is correct. Sandra?
Australia, Brisbane.
Wrong. Elaine?
Australia, Sydney.
No, Australia, Canberra. Oh. Canberra and Burma was Rangoon. And Marvin picks up another $100 and is forged to a big lead. Some of our biggest singing stars are little ladies, 5 feet 2 or less. Here are 3 hit songs that they sang. Pick one and name the little lady who made it a hit. Look at the screen. 9 to 5, You're No Good, and The Rose. Marv?
9 to 5 was Dolly Parton.
Right, she's 5 foot even. Elaine?
The Rose, Bette Midler.
Rose Bette Midler, who's 5 foot 1. You're No Good?
Never heard of it.
Linda Ronstadt, who is 5 foot 2, Eyes of Blue. And so Marv and Elaine get $50 each, and at the end of the second round, going into the countdown round, Marv with $610 will be in the lead. Elaine at $460 be second. Sandra with $210 could still make a comeback. Let's see what happens in the countdown round right after this.
It's the...
Well, this is the countdown round, which determines who goes for the car. The questions are just as before. This time when you buzz in, you can answer 1, 2, or all 3 parts of the question. And that's important because you'll want to make a comeback. Now, every time you have a right answer, you count down 1. The first to 0 is the winner. How many questions do you have to answer? Well, the person in the lead, Marv, only has to come up with 4 answers. Elaine was second. She has to come up with 5. Sandra has to come up with 6, but you could come from behind Sandra. Get in fast. Answer all the questions. Are you ready for that countdown round? Here we go. The Scandinavian countries have given us some outstanding names in the various arts, and each country makes a big point of claiming these artists. I'll name 3 famous Scandinavians. You name their country of origin. Look at the screen. Hans Christian Andersen, Henrik Ibsen, Ingmar Bergman, Marv.
Hans Christian Andersen was Denmark.
That's right, you may continue.
Ingmar Bergman was Sweden.
That's right, continue.
And Henrik Ibsen, Norway.
All 3 are right, and you count down 3. Now our champion, young Dr. Kildare, needs only 1 to become a 4-time champion. Will Sandra at 6 and Elaine 5 have a chance to stop him? This question may tell it all. We get various everyday products from animals, vegetables, and minerals. Now here are 3 everyday products. Pick one and name the specific animal, vegetable, or mineral we get it from. Look at the screen. Sandra is in first.
Okay, lanolin is sheep.
Right, continue.
Molasses is,
Oh, you didn't get in time, Elaine.
Linen is from flax.
Right, and molasses?
Molasses is from...
You left it wide open for Marv.
Sugar cane.
Sugar cane. He's got himself a championship, and you girls let him in. Now, there was a case where the door was opened wide for Marv, who couldn't answer till the 3rd position, and the girls missed the easiest one, molasses. Oh, sugar cane is sugar. And so they opened the door for... Are you a lucky guy?
I'm a lucky guy.
Well, you're also a good guy because you had a nice commanding lead going into that round, too. So Marv becomes a 4-time champion. And in just a moment, he's going to try for the car. And Sandra, my little gymnast, we just couldn't catapult you into the lead in that game. You picked up $210 and a lot of admirers who are glad that you were on the show, and so are we. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you very much.
And Elaine, let me see. From giving advice to people, you became, first of all, a... what was the first
Psychologist
thing?
first.
No, then you were...
A freelance writer.
Freelance writer. Couldn't make a living at that. Became a travel agent, doing much better, thank you, right? And here today you picked up $460, and thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
To Elaine and to Sandra, it was a delight having you on the show. Now we turn to our doctor, who has just won his 4th championship. That means he goes up to try and win a car once again for the 4th time. Will he do it today? We're going to find out very shortly. Buzzer, 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 buzzer. Well, Marv, for the 4th consecutive day, you're going to try and win yourself a brand new automobile, and Sandy's going to describe it for you.
The Monty and Marv, that's the sporty Pontiac Fiero GT. It's equipped with all of Fiero's standard features like the fuel-injected V6 engine, cruise control, and AM/FM stereo cassette player, plus pop-off sunroof and air conditioning.
Well, we've seen this car long enough. It's about time to win it.
Let's go for number 5.
You've already picked 5. You didn't even give me a chance to block out and tell the people. It's going to be 5, but we have to block out numbers 1,
2, and 4.
1, 2, and 4 that he chose on previous days. So 1, 2, and 4 are out. He couldn't wait to tell us he wants to go for number 5. So let's take a look and see if it is finally behind number 5 on this day. The music goes, spin the garage in, and it is the car. It is the car. Finally made it. He couldn't wait to go for it, and it was number 5. And a very popular win. Well, here are your other players who want to come in and congratulate you, too. And while they're coming in, let me tell you that for a 4-time champion, everybody here in the studio was pulling for you, and it's about time you won the car, right?
Thank you, thank you,
Now, the only question is, can your long legs fit in here?
I don't know, but we'll try.
You know what we'll do? We'll chop a hole. Yeah, that's right. Make room for this young doctor to make his rounds. And I'm just delighted that the other people came by to our gymnast and our travel agent come by to look at this array of beautiful colors on the show. We've got yellows and purples and blacks and greens and blues. Did we make a kaleidoscope? And with the beautiful set that we have here? That's great. And the car, of course, is the nicest color that we could look at today. Well, Marv, let me total up your winnings. Let me see. You picked up a total of $5,110 in cash to go along with the car, so that'll pay for a little bit of the gasoline. And just one little word of advice to you: be a good doctor, because we're all pulling for you. Thank you, Doctor. Thank you very much, Marv. And to our other players today, and to our lovely model, Laurie. And we say from all of us here on Split Second, thank you for watching us. Tomorrow, of course, since we had a winner today, we will have 3 new players on Split Second. And the 3 new players will start to try to compete for a brand new car. Will you join us then next time round for another edition of Split Second? This is Marty Hall thanking you for watching today and saying bye-bye, everybody.
Split Second is a Stephen Hay.